welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are reviewing the e.l.f. The new primer infused bronzers along with the new Pore toner balm. So we're doing a twofer. So if you want to see how they worked out, keep watching. Smoochies. Bye. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are a first-time viewer here, what's up? I'm Jen. Glad you could make it. And if you're a returning viewer, what's up? What's good? How you been? Glad you made it back. So today's video, we're going to be reviewing the new e.l.f. Pore Toner Balm with green tea and witch hazel, and also the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in Perpetually Tan. They had 4 shades, which they usually do have about 4 shades for everything. But this is the second lightest, so there's 1 shade lighter than this, and this is usually the right shade. Like, their shade number 2 in all of their bronzers is usually the one that's right for me. I'm not quite the lightest, but anything darker than this just is too much. So we're going to be testing these both out. Now, I just picked them up yesterday. I have not tried them or anything, so this is the first impressions as well. So I'm excited to play today. But before we get started on all of that, let me first say, if you are not already a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Hit that button. Join the Jersey fam. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, because you know as well as I do, they don't always tell you when videos that you're subscribed to are posted or whatever. So you definitely want to know when I'm posting. Hit that bell. I do post on a general 3 days a week, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and yeah. And don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you enjoy this, because it does help me out. So let's jump right into it. I have washed my face with my usual Origins Checks and Balances face wash. And then I also did the exfoliating peel that I like to do. I do that usually 2 to 3 times a week, generally 2. So I did that treatment afterwards to make sure my skin was all healthy and good stuff. Then I always use a mild astringent. It's Sea Breeze this time that I'm using, but to just make sure it's kind of like a clarifier for me to make sure I get all of the deep down yucky stuff out of my pores. And then normally you use a toner after an astringent, but before a moisturizer. So that's where we're at. So we're gonna try this now. What it does is it balances your pH levels and also kills any last remnants of dirt that may be around. So let's read the box. Also, it did come with this little cap again, like the primer sticks did, which I like. So we'll take that off. And it's this clear kind of stick. So now let's read the directions. It's also made with no parabens, sulfates, or phthalates. And it says this solid toner stick purifies the pores and instantly tones the complexion with a cool, refreshing application. Use this convenient toning balm in place of your liquid toner and cotton pads. The unique stick formula glides over the skin, delivering an immediate dose of lightweight hydration that won't clog your pores, enriched with clarifying green tea and witch hazel. Directions. After cleansing, apply to face and neck, avoiding the eye area. So that's basically it. So let's jump right in. So I'm just going to, first things first, it doesn't have like a strong odor or anything, which is nice. It just smells basically like all of e.l.f.'s products. but it, you know, it smells clean, you know. And going on, it feels kind of cool, which is nice. It's kind of refreshing. It goes on very easily. And then I'm just gonna rub this in. You really don't have to, honestly, though. It pretty much absorbed right in, which is nice. Like, my forehead's already dry. Make sure I got everything, though. Yeah, it dries really quickly. Absorbs right into the skin. So that's nice. Okay. So as far as that goes, let's see, you get how much? Net is 0.53 ounces or 15 grams, and I believe it was $6 or $8 for it, and you don't use much putting it on, and this is how much the stick goes up. So you get a good amount of product. This should last me a while. So as far as I'm concerned, so far I'll give this definitely 2 thumbs up. This is a lot easier. I don't have to use cotton balls or any of that stuff. If you're worried about bacteria or anything, you can always just wipe off the top, you know, before and after. But I don't think, I mean, it's to each his own on that. So this definitely really like, and I definitely will be replacing my liquid toner for the next few weeks and see if it makes any difference, like if it affects my skin in any kind of negative way. Okay, so moving on, we're going to try this primer infused bronzer, but I am going to do my basic, you know, face, start doing that, and I'll be back when it's time to bronze. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I know I look a little crazy because I always do my lines for my contouring, and then I blend with my bronzer on top. That's how I blend out my contour. Alright, so let's read this guy. Like I said, there were 4 shades. So it says, this long-wearing bronzer is infused with primer powder to ensure a full day of bronze glow. Use this long-wearing bronzer to give your face that sun-kissed glow all day long. This bronzer is smooth and easy to apply while adhering to the skin for long-lasting wear. Directions. Dab a large, fluffy blush into the pan. I think it was meant to say brush. And gently buff into the cheeks, forehead, and anywhere else you want a kiss of bronze. Use this with a lock-on face primer for best results. Alright. The name of this shade is Perpetually Tan. Like I said, this is the second one out of 4. Second, you know, from lightest to darkest, this is the second one in from the lightest. So, take this out. These are such a pain in the ass to get out. Okay. So I'm going to swatch it first. This is what it looks like. It has net weight of 0.35 ounces or 10 grams. Okay, so that's it opened. And I'm going to swatch. It does feel really creamy. Very similar to the Primer Infused Blush, which I'm going to wear with this. Yeah, that's a nice buildable color, and it does feel very creamy and satiny. Now, the shade blush I'm going to put on top of this is Always Rosy, which this too is the second shade in out of 4 blushes. Second darkest from the lightest. So, alright, so I'm going to take a big, like, powder brush. This is, the Morphe M400 brush, which It's just like a big fluffy powder brush. But this is what I like to bronze and blend with. This is not my first e.l.f. bronzer either, so I can totally see the difference in the texture. This looks really nice on my skin. This shade. And it's blending like a dream, as you can see. Now I always go with another bronzer on top of this. But the one that I like on top just gives it a nice, it's the Too Faced Sweetie Pie bronzer. We'll get into that in a minute. But it's this, that shade is just not dark enough for my skin, the way I want it to bronze. Here on my mouth, sorry. Got it. Anyway, so that isn't strong enough, so I always use another bronzer underneath it to do the main bronzing, and I use that as like a bronzer topper, if that makes sense. See, then my contour just kind of blends right in with the bronzer. Sorry, my brush is shedding a little bit, which is a pain in the butt. Alright, now I'm just gonna hit down here. So far, so good. I really like this bronzer. I will swatch it next to one of their other bronzers and show you the difference. There's no way to show you the touch of it, but you can see them next to each other to see the consistency difference, if you will. There we go. Okay. Then I usually hit it on top, I hit it with this one because it's got those really pretty pinks that give this a nice peachy hue to my skin and a little bit of a shimmer. But this bronzer is not dark enough, so I always have to use another bronzer first. But like I said, I use it as like a bronzer topper. Plus it smells pretty. Alright, so now that that's done, let's see, I'm going to swatch it next to, here is another one of their bronzers that I use quite frequently, as you can see. But as you see, the texture is just a little different, and then there's the color there. This is more brown too, and this has a little more peachy or pink, you know what I mean, more orange to it. So it looks more natural on my skin tone, I think, a little bit. It is a pretty color. And let me swatch a Hoola bronzer next to it. So this is the one we're wearing. This is Hoola. This is the other e.l.f. And we'll do one last one, the Chocolate Soleil by Too Faced. And we'll pop that right there, so you can see the shade difference. So Chocolate Soleil there. That's the primer infused e.l.f. So this one's definitely got more orange than the other shades. Those are more brown. This one's a little more orange. But I think it looks nice. It does give my skin a more natural hue because it gives me that peach underneath. I am going to finish up here, do my makeup, and get ready for the day. But as far as this video, I think we can wrap it up. I'm going to real quick spritz my face just so you can see what it looks like once it's melted into the skin. I'll just do one side since I still have to do blush. Okay, and then I always just press it in. Yeah, and that's that. It looks very natural. Very nice indeed. Yeah, you can tell the difference from since I spritzed this side and this is like still dry, but yeah, you can totally see the difference. It looks nice, it blends in with the skin. I give it 2 thumbs up. I really like this formula. It is nice and creamy like the blushes, their new blushes with the primer infused. I love this formula on both. They're just both so beautiful. So creamy and, I don't know, velvety. I highly recommend both of these, especially together. I think they'll look really nice together. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. And yeah, don't forget, like I said, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, big thumbs up. You know what to do. And yeah, 2 thumbs up for this stuff. Highly recommend it. Like I said, 4 shades. This is shade number 2, which is Perpetually Tan. So definitely I would recommend going out and getting one. So I love you guys. Until the next one, smoochies. Bye.